Hello everyone, Rad here for the benchmarking video of our roughly $650 PC here. Again, if you did not see the build on this here, another AMD based system has an AMD 8530 CPU that's 8 cores at 4 gigahertz, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a 500 gig solid state hard drive, and then a NVIDIA GTX 1060. So 1060 in here. This should be a really good gaming PC here, at least as far as the graphics card is concerned anyway. So let's we'll start like we did with the other systems here. We'll start with the Heav'n benchmark here, just see what kind of numbers we get. I also wanted you folks to remember too, remember the $500 PC we built where we had the Chinesium GTX 1060. But by the way, from what people have told me, it's probably a GTX 660, I believe was the number on that. So a 660, not a 1060, 660. Slight difference there between a 1060 and 660. Apparently from the inputs and outputs on it, and then the roughly the score that we get from it, that's the surmise it's a 660. So anyway, let's start with Heav'n benchmark here. We'll run that. Again, that's just a graphics benchmark. That doesn't test anything as far as like CPU and that type of thing. And for that matter, all of what we're going to do here really doesn't test the CPU that much. Again, the CPU is critical to gaming, but not as critical as the graphics card. So let's fire it up here. And we'll run the same settings here. So quality at ultra, tessellation at extreme. We'll run it at 8x resolution, system, that should be fine, and it is set to full screen, right? Full screen, run. Also notice how quickly this loads too. Again, SSD. Okay, and we're in, and right away we're running, I don't know, camera probably can't quite see that, but we're running 44 frames, 45 it went up to there. So we'll just, we'll put this on the benchmark here, let it run, and we'll see what results we come back with.
Right to the Ranger, which is really funny.
Okay everyone, the benchmark has completed. We got an FPS of 58.6, which is pretty good. Score of 1,476. That's almost 500 points better than our GTX 1050 Ti. And then, minimum FPS 8.5, which is really low. I don't know why it's that low. That's kind of odd. Definitely really low. Their max FPS of 126. Again, NVIDIA GTX 1060 and AMD 8350 8-core processor at 4 gigahertz. Oh, I think I said 8530. It's 8350. I always get those two flipped around. 8350 there. CPU running at 1920 by 1080. Okay, let's go on and try a game here then. Let's just, yeah, we'll save that. Okay, close. Quit. Okay, and we're going to fire up a farming simulator here. So we are loading with mods here. There's about 300 mods in the game here at the moment. Let's check what we got for graphic options here. Looks like we are running hardware profile very high, which would sound about right for a GTX 1060. You can, of course, go in here with Farming Simulator, change the advanced options, boost this up a little more if you want to turn it up, but we'll leave it at default there for very high. Let's go to Career here, save game, yeah, easy, sure. Oh, that's right, we do have a modded map in here. Yeah, we can do Blake's Farm. That'll be fine. Person. We'll just leave all the mods activated. The mods that are on here currently at the moment, for those of you watching my Farming Simulator series, this is the Blake's Farm map on the multiplayer server that we're playing. And the subset of mods that is on here is from the multiplayer server. So approximately 300 mods or so on here at the moment. And hopefully you can tell, even with the 300 mods that are on here, we're loading quite quickly. And keep in mind, this is the first time loading into the map here too. Should be able to turn the FPS on here once it is yeah, okay. There, we're up to 60. Start it. I would expect it to probably dip down a little bit here. It's typically the way it is when you first start. Let's get it up so it's light out. Oh yeah, it dips down. Yeah, usually you look around the first time. It's going to do some dipping. And then we're pretty good. Oh, still dip there yet. But yeah, as you can see, we're holding a nice solid 60. Of course, there's not much around at this point. Once you start adding equipment with the game here, obviously it'll probably dip down a little bit more maybe, but still running a solid 60. If we buy a tractor that tends to be a little more demanding here, not one of those. Back to the tractor category. One tractor, or a couple of tractors that usually tend to give people with lower end graphics a little bit of trouble here is usually the John Deere like 7R, 8Rs, 9Rs, just because they're a little bit higher quality models. So we bump it up to a RX tanks that are in the 9R. Oh, we do not have them. Oh, yeah, good point. We don't have enough money. Okay, so I don't have enough money to buy one of those. Oh, well. We'd test it otherwise. So, yeah, anyway, Farming Simulator runs great. 60 FPS. Not even probably breaking a sweat. In fact, can I bring up Task Manager here? Recently with Task Manager, they have added the ability, if we go to more details here. Come on. Ah, yes, GPU. Why is it not moving over? Oh, well, whatever. Oh, there we go. Fine. It's a little bit bigger here. So, yeah, GPU. Unfortunately, I'm not in the game, so it's probably not going to register anything. Where is... Can we find Farming Simulator? Oh, here we go. We're running... Oh, it says we're actually running 87% of the GPU at the moment. So, it is making the GPU sweat at 100%. That is actually good to see that. And I think I accidentally, yeah, there's actually two of them running here. Not sure what happened there, but there we go. Back to 60. Okay. Anyway, let's try one more game here yet, and then we'll wrap it up for the kind of benchmarking of it here. Okay, that's right, folks. We're going to benchmark it here. Well, benchmark it with Fortnite here. Again, apparently a lot of people play this game, so it seems like a good game to test this computer on. Okay, and we're in the game. We have the FPS up here, at least it's supposed to be anyway. Let's just double check that. Why is our FPS not? There we go. Now the FPS is up. We're running a solid 60. Wow. Okay, lots of shooting going on already. And we're off. Okay, well there we go. That's going to wrap it up for this video here. Again, Fortnite, this computer's not even breaking a sweat here. You know, come think of it, I forgot to look. We are running Epic settings here. So GTX 1060 running Epic settings. It is holding 60 without even dropping at all. The only thing that might be dropping is my player abilities here, but I'm going to blame that on the mouse a little bit too. This particular mouse, and probably the reason Farming Simulator was open twice, it has a bad double-click problem with it. For those who've ever seen these Thermaltake mice, they're, I think, the first generation of them. Really nice mouse, except they develop a double-click problem after a while. So where you're single-click and they double-click. I'm going to blame it on that, because that seems like a good excuse there. So yeah, with that, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.